Sunday Vision Television questa sera nel backstage del New Age Club in compagnia di Paolo Nutini. Hi Paolo.
Ciao, hello. Hello.
So, let's talk about your new album, Sunny Side Up. Would you tell us the differences between this album and the first one?
Yeah, the difference in the first album and this one, different songs, different producer, no producer really until the end. Who, Ethan came in, tied it together. Different musicians. It's just a different, vibe, a different approach really, a different. Not, I mean, it's just I don't think that I think the songs maybe have a bit more dynamic. There's the arrangements got more time to develop, which helps. So, and some brass that always helps. Some trumpets and trombones and saxophones.
I've seen also there's a little bit difference in the genres of the music and in the type of music, because in the first album it was more I suppose Brit rock. Now there are some influences from the older styles of music.
Yeah. Folk. Folk maybe, yeah. I think it's all. I've never really been one for putting them in the genres, I think sometimes Bill Withers sounds folk to me. So, on Sitting of the Dock of the Bay, you could argue that Otis Redding sounds kind of folk, it's not. And then another song, one song I hear Tom Waits, he sounds like folk. Next minute I hear, you hear this sort of, I don't know how you would describe it, sort of gypsy sound. Next minute it's this grand string arrangement. It's not, I don't really know, man. It's not a, most of the people that I love they've all seemed to kind of go where they wanted to go, and I think it kind of gives me the kind of security that I can try to do the same anyway, Try. It's just, that's what the album was, just try things.
And Candy, the first single, is a song full of melancholy and genres of oldest music, I suppose 50s and 60s one. Would you agree?
You could say that, yeah, you could. I mean, when I listen to a song, I'll listen to the same song 3 times over the course of 3 years and think, and they paint different pictures depending on how I'm feeling. So, and everybody's different, so they all get their different impression. That's what music does for me, man. It sort of puts me in like a little headspace, and I know that a lot of other people are the same. So, I don't know. You can't second guess it, man. You got to just make the song, play it live, give people the chance to hear it, and it's, in its real form, and hopefully they. And do it with conviction, and then you can't really. If people like it, they like it. If people don't, you can't beat yourself up about it. You just carry on, try the next thing. As long as you can, at the end of the day, go, okay, I did that the way I wanted to do it. I did it. I didn't. If it went wrong, that's because I made it go wrong. That's it. Next time, make it go right.
And what's the secret of writing such a success top chart song?
There's no real. I don't know. In the spectrum of all the great songs in the world, they come down. So I'm kind of. There's everybody's out there writing songs, so there's no big secrets. It's just that chance to express yourself. I mean, some people have that ability to write these stock collections of songs, writers that distribute them to different artists, and have done since, as you said, the 50s, the 60s. People like Lieber and Stoller, who were writing a lot of the Drifters hits, the Coasters hits. People writing a lot of Aretha Franklin hits. Even Jerry Wexler. I mean, at that time, you see, it was these people. It was the record company bosses were also in the studio producing and writing tracks. That's why they had, in my opinion, those songs were made, because everything felt real. It felt, I mean, I don't know. So now it's hard. Now I think you see these photos. It looked like there was so many people brought into the idea to enhance what was there, and at one point you've got the live recording, and there's a piano player, there's 4 vocalists, the horns are there, the drummer's just perched behind. I don't know. That's the way this album was kind of done. The songs with the foundations would be there, and when trying to arrange them and see where they would go, it was a lot of asking people to just kind of step up and do what they wanted to do, what they were inclined to do, and then taper it if need be. And sometimes you just went, no, that's what I want as well. That's perfect, and didn't touch it. And other times you have to bend it. I don't know. There's loads of different ways. You could lock yourself away or go, isolate yourself, and I'm sure there would be completely different stuff that you would pour out. But I don't know, the main thing is just to write down things whenever you get them. If an idea comes, write it down, and don't let it. If it comes at 4 o'clock in the morning and you want to go to your bed, then stay up that extra 5 minutes and just record it, because by the morning you've forgotten it, and then you could hear it a year later on the radio and go, fuck man, I had that idea. You just let it go by, and somebody else, they picked it up,
And where do you take the inspiration from which artist, for example?
From the personal life, I know the way that I like Bill Withers. I've always liked Bill Withers. The way that he sort of, when people and when the label bosses, when they get told that he was supposed to be a certain thing, and when that, and they made it out like he had this sort of contrived, a purpose really, and that other people manufactured this what they thought he was there to do, and I think that he wasn't happy to be that, and when people tried to push him around, they just walked, he stuck to his guns, and and maybe that means that we don't hear any more Bill Withers records anymore, sadly, but at least if one day he is inclined to release a record, we'll know that we'll know that it's really him, we'll know that it's, and there's the stories there, I think you never know, man. A lot of the people that I love, I don't know what their personal life, I can read about it, but then depending on whose account you read, a lot of those people, a lot of the people that I love, man, you read and you wonder, how the hell can they remember anything, man? They sounded like they were messed up, they were taking some interesting things, how the hell do they remember so much? Must a lot of photographs, that.